Thanks for coming, everyone. I'm Pat Hyde, Director of Public Works, and here today to give you a bit of an update on the Spring Blitz programs and where we're at with specifically potholes itself. As you can see, we've had some really good weather the last few weeks, which has really helped the situation in terms of us getting out onto the streets a little quicker than we've been able to in the last couple of years. So we get a little bit of a head start on the pothole season itself and part of our spring sweep season as well too. We have the Spring Pothole Blitz program that started on Monday, April 13th, officially started on Monday, April 13th this week. The pothole program is designed to hit the priority streets and cover as much area as possible, as quickly as possible. And so the design of that program is that we will hit the driving lanes of the priority streets. We will leave the curb lane and park lanes unless there's significant potholes in terms of size and dimension on those lanes. But otherwise we'll hit the driving lanes to make sure we can pick up the hazardous potholes and make the motoring experiences as good as possible for motorists out there. We will come back after the Spring Pothole Blitz program is complete and we are into the citywide sweeping season. That officially is designated to start on Monday, May 4th, weather dependent, and if we get through the Spring Blitz programs on schedule. When we get into the citywide program, we will have the potholes covered neighborhood by neighborhood. As the sweepers go through, we'll have the pothole crews come back after that. So any pothole that people see out on the street right now at this moment that we don't fix, we will be coming back to and get to those as well. Should the potholes deteriorate between now and then, we will come back and address those potholes as need be. The Pothole app we launched a couple of weeks ago as well. That's working very well. We changed the Pothole app so that it makes it more user-friendly to report the pothole, which helps in the accuracy of reporting the pothole, which in turn helps us to be able to get out there and fix those potholes better and faster as well. We've established a criteria as how those potholes are rated, so we can then put a priority to those as well. That criteria is based on the roadway itself. Is it a P1 roadway, for example, versus a residential street? Where is it on the street? Is it in the driving lane versus a curb lane? And is it the size of the hole that matters? You know, is it a big hole, small hole, and that sort of thing. So we're able to establish a criteria which helps us to prioritize where we get to, so we're not scrambling as much as we were last year trying to get to these because we didn't have an established criteria. So that's helped in the productivity side of that, which makes it more effective for the experience of the motorist, so we can get to the priority streets faster. Also with the pothole crews that we have right now out on the Blitz program, the potholes that we are addressing again are based on a criteria, the same sort of one we're using for the Pothole app itself. And when pothole crews are out repairing, they're doing as much as they can on the driving lanes, and then we leave those till the other ones, as I said, till later on. We have approximately 9 crews out. Well, we have 9 crews out today, because what we have is a blend of contractors and public work crews that are working 7 days a week to fix potholes. And of those crews, we also have 2 crews that are designated for the Reported Pothole app, 1 crew on each side of the city. So they're addressing, as I said, the criteria-based potholes by priority, and as well as any other emergency potholes that we have reported through online or phone calls as well. We don't just rely on the Pothole app. That's just one venue for residents to report. So all in all, the program is going very well. Since hot mix was available on April 8th, we've put down 195 tons of hot mix asphalt, and using the equivalency rating that we used last year of a 12-inch diameter by 4-inch deep hole, that works out to roughly about 11,200 potholes that we've filled to date so far. As reported before, last year we completed roughly the equivalency of about 180,000 potholes by season's end when fall freeze-up came. So we're just in the infancy of the program right now, but we're doing very well, and it's making an impact on the streets. What has also happened over the last year, and we're going to see again this year, is a major capital rehabilitation program on the roadways. And as each part of those roadways is rehabilitated through the capital program, we'll see an increased efficiency in terms of the pothole program, because we will have fewer potholes that will materialize on the streets that have been rehabbed. So that'll be a benefit as we go forward into future years as well too. Some of the improvements that we've made this year is specifically related to the contractor side of things, where we've ensured that the equipment that's being used for the pothole repairs is what's termed as a hot box. And basically what that means is it's a heated container that they transport the hot mix asphalt out to the job site, same as what the public works crews are using. And what that allows for then is the material to be maintained at a consistent temperature from start to finish when they have that material loaded up. In some years we've had that material transported by the back of a truck with a tarp covering up over top of it. And what happens, as you can probably guess, is that the material cools through the course of the day until it's been used up. And by making sure we keep that consistency heated rating for the hot mix, we're guaranteeing that we'll have a better end product in terms of the pothole repair. That's a better fit and mix for the roadway, and as well a longer lasting material product too. Also, what we've done is we've established a very extensive program this year in terms of worker safety, which also translates into motorist safety. We've established an Own Your Zone program, which is a traffic delineator program that helps make sure that we have a consistent setup for contract crews as well as public crews when they're out doing the pothole repairs. We want to make sure that we can provide as much advance notice for the motorists when they're coming up to a pothole crew, because these are mobile crews that continuously move from location to location. And we want to make sure that the workers are safe, because as we see the growth of Saskatoon, that the traffic is also growing exponentially as well with that growth. And we want to make sure that the motorists that are out there, as the streets become more congested, also have a better motor experience to try and keep them as safe as much as we can, as well as the pothole crews. A couple other things that are related to spring as well is everybody wonders where things are at with back lanes. Back lanes, we are going to start next week do the rating of the back lanes, which we do annually. And by doing that, what it allows us to do is determine which lanes qualify for the reconstruction program that we have. There's a finite amount of money funded for that program. It's $1 million annually. And the rest of the lanes that don't meet that qualifying criteria for reconstruction will then receive a maintenance blading through the course of the year as well. But that program itself won't start until early June to mid-June. We need the back lanes to dry up, and we also have to do some preventive maintenance tree trimming in some of these back lanes to make sure we can get the equipment through without damaging equipment as well as without damaging the trees. So that'll happen ahead of the back lane program. We will also be the more severe back lanes that have problems between now and then. We'll be maintaining those as best we can in between the spring programs for potholes and sweeping and the neighborhood sweep program, as well as the neighborhood pothole program. Utility cuts. There's roughly about 640 utility cuts that we have right now, and a utility cut is basically a cut in the asphalt where we have to access underground utilities, and that could be for anything from natural gas to electrical to water to whatever it may be, water main repairs, etc. Those we maintain throughout the winter months, and we maintain those in the spring. We don't patch those until the ground frost is out of the ground. We're expecting, with the warmer temperatures we've had, that we can start doing the utility cut permanent repairs in early May, and we'll do the highest priority of the ones that need to be done quickest in terms of the priority streets as well, and then work our way through to the less traveled, the less high volume traffic streets, such as the residential streets. In the interim, until we get to those permanent repairs, we'll do the constant maintenance that we do. Some utility cuts require maintenance daily. Some are actually getting maintenance multiple times in a day, depending on the weather, especially if it's wet, and others we don't have to maintain it as often. But if there's a concern with that, residents are asked to call into our customer service center and let us know that if there's a deteriorating utility cut, and we'll get to that as quickly as we can. The spring sweep blitz programs that we're underway, they started as well on Monday, April 13th, actually Sunday night, April 12th. Those have been going very well. We have an integrated program this year for median cleaning. We're working with parks and also utilizing private contractors. And the early success that we've had so far, we believe that that's going to be a very good program. That's a 3-week program. Same with the street sweeping blitz program that we're focusing on the priority streets. That's a 3-week program. And I didn't mention, but the spring pothole blitz is a 3-week program. So if all of those work as we're expecting, and if Mother Nature helps out and we have constant and good weather between now and then, when we get to May 4th, we'll be able to launch the citywide accelerated neighborhood sweep program, and we'll be well on our way. And that's a 6-week program itself, and we're we're geared for success. I think Saskatoon residents are going to like what they see, and what we're getting right now for initial feedback is residents are liking what they see right now. So, any questions?